You have a teenage boy and a teenage girl in your home. Have you observed them? How many of you have realized that they behave very differently during teenage? I'm Commander Bimalraj. I'm a mindset mentor, executive coach, a teen parenting coach, and the founder of Insightful Parents. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how boys and girls behave differently and why they do it. Okay? Now, one of the complaints most mothers give, and if you are a mother, you could be going through a lot of heartache and feeling lost because your huggy and kissy boy has suddenly become very aloof and he doesn't come near you to give you a hug. And if you try to hug him, he tries to move away. How many of you are wondering what's happening? Now, let me tell you why it happens. Understand that as a teenager, when they get into puberty, they start developing sexual feelings for other females who are outside of their homes. Okay. Now, to get a better understanding of what they go through in puberty, please listen to my podcast on Spotify called Awkward Talks. There is one episode where I've explained in detail about male puberty and how you and I can help them go through it. During this phase, the boy's sexual organs start developing rapidly and they can get erections at any random time and for no reason at all. So please understand and know for a fact that an erection in your teenage boy does not necessarily mean they're sexually aroused. Okay, it can happen randomly. It's like misfiring of the engine. Now, however, for your teen, he does not have control over this and he's very afraid that he would get one when he hugs you or when he's near you. And it will be very embarrassing for him. And so in order to protect themselves, they stay away from you and remain aloof. Especially they move away from any kind of physical contact because they feel very vulnerable. It's got nothing to do with you. Now, what mothers do is they try and talk to them and tell them how hurt you feel and you try to hug them and all, and they may react badly to you. Please do not take it to heart and please don't get upset. They are only trying to save their sense of sense and sexuality, and about which they themselves are not very clear about during the teenage years. Okay, it does not mean that they love you any less. Please avoid trying to force physical affection from them. That is all. Now, let us talk about girls. Now, girls also have this very strong need to move away from you and remain unattached from you, their parents. But they do not withdraw. Instead of that, they fight with you. Now, sweet and very cooperative and obedient daughters sometimes become the shrieking, hysterical monsters once they come into their teens. Okay, their motto is something like, "Whatever my parents say, I will disagree, and I will argue against it, and I will do the opposite. And whatever they tell me to do, I will yell at them." Now, and this is my way of showing to them and also to myself that I'm not dependent on you and I'm not your loving little cuddly child. That is what is happening subconsciously. Now, the good part is that teenage girls can stay involved with their parents unlike boys because the newfound sexuality that the girls have, they does not make them feel vulnerable, and that is why they can have a warm relationship with their fathers. And that's why you'll see a lot of girls have a great attachment to their fathers. But the truth is that girls are actually more attached to their mothers. And this creates a problem for them. And they feel the constant need to express and stamp their independence with their mothers. So for that, they end up having scream fest most of the time, especially with their mothers, just to deny the strong tie that they're feeling internally. Okay, now, why am I sharing this? I'm sharing these things so that you get a better understanding of what your children are going through during their teenage. And why do you need to understand this? Because it is not how they behave that matters. It is how you behave to the way they behave with you that matters. You need to be calm and composed and collected and steady, because they know they are a mess in terms of their emotions, their hormones, and a lot of other things that is going on during their teenage phase. And what they want is someone uh, who is stable and steady, and someone whom they can depend on to help them navigate through these troubled times and these emotions that are going all over the place. All right. So I hope you are getting a better understanding of your kids who are going through teenage. Please do comment. Please do ask your questions, and let me know your thoughts and feelings about this video. I will come back with more videos to help you in this journey. Thank you very much.